Hello again. I'm stood outside in pretty grim weather with good reason. I'm outside the Bleeding Heart Yard in Hatton Garden, London. A key part of the Third Way story where the brand, culture and identity really came into its own. I've had to come in to shelter from the rain, but it's worth saying that in the Bleeding Heart office 4 years ago is where Third Way architecture came into the fold. Within our first week we'd managed to crash the sales team's server, but also thrown ourselves headfirst into one of the company's summer trips. It was on that summer trip that we experienced firsthand the culture, energy and excitement that's so prevalent across Third Way, and I can honestly say 4 years later that we were hooked. Rather than a badly researched and delivered biographical account of the history of Third Way by me, I thought it best to talk to those who have been really part of the story along the way. So join me as we dig into the archives, the hazy memories, and the strong beliefs that make Third Way, Third Way.
What I knew I could do when I set up Third Way was I knew I could do a design and build project. That looks quite straightforward. So I knew the disciplines. The two things I didn't know I could do was run a business and build a brand. It was exciting. It was pure excitement. It was just fun because we didn't have any baggage.
It was Ben and I doing every role ourselves. So I was doing payroll, handwriting, pay slips myself. But it was the passion and the drive that came from Ben, that installed in everyone that joined the business from then onwards.
We had tons of vision, tons of energy, tons of desire.
I think people looked at us a bit sort of like, well, he's young, he doesn't know what he's doing. Well, she's young, she doesn't know what he's doing. But you could just see really quickly in the space of a year, it was just like, actually, they're just really good and they've got that mindset.
All I remember was getting caught up in the magic, getting caught up in it really being a place where you could make a difference. A lot of people had free roaming roles where you weren't just design, you weren't just pre-con, you weren't just creative, you were pitching in to change the shape of the company, to form the future of the company. That's huge.
The Bleeding Heart Yard was very much our teenage years.
When we went to Bleeding Heart Yard, we became teams, and that's when the separate teams started to develop, and the sales team started to develop, and the design team really started to grow. And
our teenage years were very much the hustle, the really growing years of Third Way.
I think what Bleeding Heart did was the size of business we were and how we designed the space and how we spoke about the space. It became this outward projection of everything that was good about the business.
It was a real an opportunity for us to demonstrate that actually half of the office was over to client entertainment and team and culture, which in any business I've been in before had never been the case.
Bleeding Heart Yard was just about going full throttle. It was very sad to leave, but then again when you walked into here, I remember the feeling of walking into here, it was like, Jesus,
I'll never forget that when we walked over here from Bleeding Heart Yard, was as people came in, there was this sense of, wow, this is who we are. It was as if people saw within themselves the professionals they'd become.
We had outgrown the Bleeding Heart, or the university years as it were. We were a start-up business, but we're no longer that. I think that there's still a really great balance for entertaining, but also it's about business here, and things like the kind of pitch area or those sort of areas really important, not just for us, but also for our clients to get the best and to kind of see the vision, or to kind of feel the look and feel of things that we're trying to create.
We've got much more resources at hand here. This space gives us so many more different opportunities and options to work better and smarter.
I'm very proud of where we are now and what we have now, and what this means to people now.
So one of the rules of Third Way from the beginning that Ben said was always celebrate our successes, small, big. Whether they might seem like the tiniest thing, any win is a win and it's worth celebrating.
From the very, very beginning, it's been really important to us that we're all one team, all in this together, and I think that it's an opportunity for us as owners to kind of share our value with new starters, but also to bond.
I've been with this company like a quarter of my life. You become a part of Third Way, and Third Way becomes part of you. It sounds cheesy, but it is sort of the, couldn't see myself working anywhere else.
When I joined the business 10 years ago, Ben described Third Way as being different to everyone else, the alternative option.
It's always the way that hasn't been thought of by the next person. It's always the lateral thought as opposed to the linear thought.
At the heart of Third Way was always pushing the boundaries, doing something new.
I think the idea was just to be a bit more informal, to relate a lot more to the clients, and just be a bit more approachable, still have the same quality, but just enjoying it a bit more.
It's a place you can call home. It's a place where people do great things and are encouraged to do great things as opposed to the norm.
I think the next 10 years are going to be the most exciting 10 years of office design we've ever known. Now it's about core, about functional, about mental well-being, about sustainability and technology, all embedded together.
As the company becomes bigger, you and your teams become bigger, your team becomes the company, and that's what you focus on. Knowing that you've got great teams of people, making sure that company feeling, is carried on.
If you recognise as owners of the business and heads of different teams that we need to change it up every year and think of how to be relevant, then I think it will continue to be an exciting place to be.
I think what we should be doing in this year and in the year that follows is just really alerting our clients to what's possible.
Well, it's Third Way. That was the package that we as a company and Ben as an individual set out to achieve from very early on. And I think that won't ever be lost. I don't think. I think that there's enough people in the company to maintain that, and to keep it true. It's Third Way. It's nice. It's nice thinking about it,